Hi, good afternoon. I'm Joanne Hanners, and I'm the program manager for the Distinguished Early Career Program. And I want to thank everyone for coming and joining us to hear about the new FOA that will be issued. I'm going to turn the time over to Pam Rich of the Integration Office, and she will walk you through. Pam?
Hi, can everybody see the slides okay?
Yes, we can see him, Pam.
Okay, thanks. So as Joanne mentioned, I help lead the program in the Integration Office at the Idaho National Lab for the Distinguished Early Career Program. And we're just going to give a quick overview of this year's FOA. So as was mentioned before, we will have a Q&A section after the overview. If you have any questions, please raise your hand and you can ask it at the end of this presentation. Or you can also write it in the chat. If we don't have time to get all of the questions answered, we will be posting those on the neup.gov website. If you have any specific questions on individual eligibility or topic area detail, those will need to be addressed offline. So for this year's FOA, the objectives and priorities include the DOE and NE's mission, which is to advance nuclear energy science and technology to meet U.S. energy, environmental, and economic needs through the following goals. The first one being enable continued operation of existing U.S. nuclear reactors. Number 2, enable deployment of advanced nuclear reactors. And 3, develop advanced nuclear fuel cycles and spent nuclear fuel management options. All applications must exhibit a strong tie to one or more of these focus areas. And DOE-NE is looking to provide stable support to early career faculty to form the impactful research groups, innovative lines of inquiry, educational approaches, and critical new research directions that will drive the next generation of nuclear energy innovation. So these are some of the important dates to note. As it's mentioned that this will be dependent on the FOA release, so please look to the official FOA for any changes to these dates. But the FOA is looking to be released the week of June 5th of this year, and the application due date is September 7th at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. We are looking for full applications only for this FOA, and the grants will be issued through DOE. The award size is going to be about up to $625,000 for a total of over 5 years. The budget is $2.5 million and is expected to award up to 4 awards. You can find the official FOA on grants.gov once it is released, and applications will be submitted through the neup.gov website. This year, we have 6 major NE-funded research programs. Those will include the Fuel Cycle Research and Development Program, the Reactor Concepts Research, Development, and Demonstration Program, the Nuclear Energy Advanced Modeling and Simulation Program, the Nuclear Energy Enabling Technologies Cross-Cutting Technology Development, the Nuclear Science User Facilities, and new this year is the Office of Integrated Waste Management. For eligibility, the applicant must be an untenured assistant professor on a tenure track at a U.S. academic institution with no more than 7 years beyond their doctorate. Extensions to eligibility may be considered for those who have had a major life event requiring an extended absence of 3 months or longer from the workplace. This includes, but is not limited to, active military service, an absence due to personal disability, or an absence that is covered under the Family and Medical Leave Act. Act. We are asking that these extension requests be submitted for considerations at least 30 days before the application deadline, and those can be submitted to the neup@inl.gov mailbox. This award cannot be funded with any early career award at other federal agencies or entities. And the proposed research must have a scope different from work that's already funded by any organization. The applicant also needs to be eligible in the position as of the last day of January 2024, and they cannot apply more than 3 times to this funding opportunity for the Distinguished Early Career Program. This is just a quick list of some of the documents that is listed in the FOA. 4 of them you can see have signatures that are required. One is the SF 424 R&R, the department head letter, also the disclosure of lobbying activities, and the certifications and assurances document. We're going to cover 4 of these documents in more detail. The first one is the project narrative. This should include a section that identifies the integration of research and educational activities. There is a 10-page limit to this document, but there are unlimited references allowed at the bottom of the narrative that can go beyond the 10 pages. The career objective statement should outline the PI's research, interest, and educational priorities and how they align with DOE NE priorities. This one does have a 2-page document limit on it as well. The endorsement letter from the academic department head. This should outline the PI's endorsement for teaching qualifications, research and mentoring qualifications, and service qualifications. It should also give a preview of the current and future commitment to focus on nuclear energy research, education, and service, not just at the department level, but also within the university itself. This has a 2-page document limit, and we do have an optional template that will be available for use on the application form, but please note it is optional and not a required document or a required template to use. The full biographical vitae will provide information that relates to the applicant's education and training, the research and professional experience, and then give a complete list of publications, patents, copyrights, and software systems. And it should also give an outline of the applicant's synergistic activities. We do have also, like the endorsement letter, an optional template for use that will be available on the application form, but once again, is not required. We have some review criteria that it will first have an initial review for relevance to DOE NE mission. And then the technical merit review contains 3 criterion. The first one is to what extent the project advances the state of knowledge and understanding and addresses gaps in nuclear energy science and engineering research areas. And it will also evaluate and consider how important the proposed project is to advance knowledge and understanding within the topic area. Criterion 2, it will address the extent to which the plan advances nuclear energy related research and educational outcomes and the overall integration of the research and educational aspects of the application and addresses social broader impacts. It will also evaluate the extent to which the research and education vision supports the development of the faculty member research infrastructure, curriculum, and research that will advance the applicant's research focus while training the next generation of nuclear energy professionals. The third criterion will evaluate the extent to which the applicant has the necessary knowledge, skills, and abilities to execute the project, the probability that the PI will be able to provide direct research contributions, and the potential for scientific leadership and creative vision, and the potential for leadership in the research and technical area. With that gives you the brief overview for this year's FOA regarding Distinguished Early Career. And if you have any technical questions, you can please send them to neup@inl.gov. If you have any questions regarding procurement, you can direct those to Andrew Ford, and his email is listed there in the middle. And then if you have any general application submittal questions, you can please give this phone number a call, or you can also send those questions to neup@inl.gov. And with that, we can open it up with any questions.
Thanks, Pam. So here is a question from Stephen Raymond. What milestone is used for the requirement that applicants be no more than 7 years removed from their PhD? Date of pre-app or date of full or date of award?
Is this regarding the 7 years past PhD? I do believe if he's referring to that, then it's going to be when the actual date that they received the PhD. The 7 years will start from there.
Okay. Thank you. So the next question is, the 3-time limitation is for number application, I assume. And do you see any possibility this will be changing in the future?
So it's referring to 3 applications to 3 separate funding opportunities, since an applicant is only allowed to submit to 1 per funding opportunity. So it would be 3 altogether over the course. I haven't heard if that's going to change, but I will refer to John or Joanne or Drew if they have any more information on that.
Yeah, to answer that question, Pam, this is Drew Thomas. I agree. I don't see, we haven't considered a possibility of changing that. That would be 3 times over the first 7 years post PhD. Quite a few opportunities in that space, but if there's a reason why you feel like it should be more than that, we'd always entertain that. If you'd want to send that through email to nup@inl.gov, we can engage in that conversation.
Thanks, Drew. So the next question is from Mia Jin, and they are asking, can there be REU supplement?
Pam, I'll take this one as well. This isn't something we have considered as part of the REU program that we discussed during the CINR FOA earlier. But that is a good question, and we'll take it under consideration as the FOA has become finalized. So the answer at this point is no, but I see where I can see the value of where that question might be coming from.
Okay, so thank you, Drew, for that. But there's another follow-up question, which is, why is this program a 7-year, whereas other DOE are 10-year post-terminal degree?
Pam,
I
I'm
can
happy
answer
to take
that.
this one as well, unless John. Okay, John, go ahead.
Well, this was the recommendation from the review panels that we've had, was the 7-year, but also with the other DOE, they have national lab participants. We do not. So this is only for university submissions. And so there is a difference between the two.
If there's any more questions, please raise hand or write them down in the chat. There's another question, which is, just to confirm, non-tenure track faculty are not eligible, correct?
Correct.
For example, research faculty?
Correct. No, they're not eligible. You have to be an untenured, tenure track assistant professor only.
Thank you.